welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This morning, during my quiet time, my meditation time, I started thinking about all the projects that I have going on and the commitment level that I'm going to need to make each of them happen. And as I was thinking about these different projects, God somewhat spoke to me and reminded me that I wrote an article dealing with exactly that topic a number of years ago, and that I should record it, not post it, because there's somebody that needs to hear this message today. So I've pulled it up on my computer. It's behind my camera. I'm going to do my best to read this article to you. It's called Tigers in the Mirror. Now, I am severely dyslexic, so if I pause from time to time or have to make a correction, please allow me to do so. As I was traveling throughout this great country as a clown with Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus, I worked side by side with world-class performers that shared a common goal, which reached beyond performing. It was about survival. Their commitment to excellence was tested each and every show. Imagine if a tiger trainer lost his focus. For just a moment, he lowered his commitment. Not only could he lose his job, but he could lose his life. Now you may say, well, he had no choice. He had to fully commit. After all, he was facing tigers. Well, actually, he did have a choice. He could have not gotten in the cage at all. But he made a decision to, and then he summoned his focus and committed to it. Each performance, he has a gut check, realigns his commitment, and does his job. Focus and commitment go hand in hand. Focus is the vision or the creation of a mental picture of what you want to achieve, and commitment is the inner fortitude which allows you to get it done. Circus performers need both each day, and the truth is, so do you and I. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to commit to inaction? Why is this so much easier than committing to do something? How many times have you said, "This is the year I'm going to do it," and then never get around to doing it? Could it have to do with self-acceptance and the fear of possibly failing? Indeed it does. In fact, it has everything to do with that. Keep in mind, commitment goes both ways. It can activate you to achievement, and it can also stop you in your place. Not just stop you for today, but perhaps for weeks, months, or even years. It is scary to make a commitment. Once you make a commitment, you need to stop talking the talk and start walking the talk. And that can be very unsettling. And the people you mention your goals to or your ideas to quite likely will hold you accountable to it. It is at this point, I believe, the fear of failing factor comes into play, both personally and professionally. Not only are you committing to yourself, but you are also committing to your friends, family, and peers. And you do not want to appear as a failure in their eyes. Many people would rather not try at all than to try and possibly fail. I'm so grateful that I'm not one of those people. Failing is a wonderful thing. Yes, a wonderful thing. I truly believe that if you're not failing at least 10 times a day, you're not pushing yourself hard enough to new levels. Remember, the only time we truly fail is when we allow it to stop our progress. Otherwise, it's just another step in the learning process. We learn, we grow, we share, and we move on. Any experience in life is truly dictated by our perception of it. it will never be more than we allow it to be. Likewise, so is life. We set up so many prejudgments about things that no matter how good an opportunity is, we stifle it with negative thinking. We need to have an open mind and maximize each opportunity that comes our way each day. However, once you make a commitment to it, you must complete the goal in order to reap the benefits. Keep in mind, it's not the number of commitments we make that shape our personal and professional character, but the completion of our commitments, which people come to judge our character by. Commitment comes from the depths of your soul. So, how do you commit? Commitment is identified by the fact that your desire to complete the goal is greater than your fear of failing. Not achieving is not an option. Commitment truly happens when all doubt disappears and winning is the only option. You see in your mind nothing but success. It is that crystal clear. I would encourage you to get in touch with your inner vocabulary and listen to the way you speak to yourself to speak to yourself when you find yourself in a situation that is challenging. Ask, how important is this to me? Why is this important to me? What factors regarding this do I control? If I choose to do this, do I have to give anything up? Is the reward worth the price? What's the worst case scenario? These are questions which truly challenge your ability to commit to the goal. However, these are the same questions which can be the fuel which allow you to overcome the challenges. It truly depends on your ability and willingness to commit. I find it amusing that every January, people make New Year's Eve resolutions. Let me speak to your heart for a moment and be very clear that there's a huge difference between wanting to and committing to doing something. What is the difference? Simple. Wanting to is thinking about it. Committing to is creating a plan and carrying it through completion. How many resolutions have you made that you've never achieved? Think about the resolutions for a moment that you have achieved. The difference between the two is that you took action on one and didn't take action on the other. But the final results were dramatically different. One of the challenges in making the commitment is that it involves change. And change in how we think about, how we communicate, and direct our interactions. It means moving from the known to the unknown. However, once we make a commitment to a goal, we need to allow it to change ourselves. By lowering our resistance to change, we strengthen our commitment level because we believe that achieving is the ultimate goal. Nothing can be achieved without commitment. It is the lubricant between thought and success. Commitment is strengthened when you complete or achieve a goal. The more you understand your achievement process, the more able you are commit to it, and therefore the better you are to become it. It's a continuum, one achievement fueling the next. I understand that not everyone has to make a commitment to facing tigers, but each and every one of us has to make the commitment to facing ourselves each day in the mirror and saying, I will succeed, and believing it. And we all must believe that we can achieve and succeed and that we're making a positive difference. However, there's a huge difference between believing and doing. Please remember, in closing, it is not the amount of commitments that you make that shape your personal and professional character. but in completion, but in the completion of those commitments, which are most important to you, even the scary ones. Thank you for listening.